In today's video, we're going to be talking about the new Transformers 1027 stream reveals. What's good, everybody? Jake here, dumb as ever, and today we got some exciting stuff. The new Age of the Primes is here. Age of the Primes being the new Transformers Generations block, and they announced the first leader class of the first wave, I'm assuming, which is Megatronus the Fallen, one of the 13 primes. That's going to be the big focus of this line, is going to be the 13 primes. Obviously, this is a big reveal. This guy looks beefy. Let's see if we can get a better picture here. Here he is. He looks pretty big. Not like massive, but you know, we've gotten a lot of leaders that are like Voyagers with some extra stuff. And this guy looks like a leader class. He just looks hefty. You know, I can't confirm that obviously, but you know, he looks beefy. I think he's got his own symbol here on his blaster. He's got a bunch of fire effects. These can come off, and he's also got a staff. So the Fallen is a character from the comic books. This is not really the same Megatronus as the one from Transformers 1. I do wish it was. I'm gonna be honest, I've never been a big fan of the 13 concept, pretty much until Transformers 1, and I really love the depictions of them there. But I don't know much about this character besides he looks cool, and I'll probably get him. I like his vibe. I mean, I like the effects he comes with. He's got kind of this like vibe of being a furnace that's alive. His face kind of looks like bombshells a little bit. But he's also got these big feet, and then he turns into a tank. There's almost as much conversation about this guy talking about if he's going to be an SS-86 Megatron pre-tool as much as people are talking about him himself. Transformers fans are so brain-rotted that every new toy we're also looking at, you know, distinct possibilities of different toys being made. Do I think this could be a pre-tool for SS-86 Megatron? I think it's possible, but his frame kind of doesn't look right. He looks a little too beefy and bulky. I feel like they could retool him as like Tarn, like a bigger Tarn, since the Tarn we got was a little bit small. I feel like. Or I can see them repainting and retooling this guy as the Transformers 1 Megatronus as well. I feel like he about looks like the right shape from the movie. He's obviously big and tall like Megatronus was. So I feel like that's possible. But I kind of don't think he's gonna be SS-86 Megatron. I do think the tank looks excellent. A big reason I don't really like tank Transformers is because I feel like they half-ass them a lot. The tank doesn't really look that good. I think the Armada Megatron tank looks good, but I think the Studio Series concept Bumblebee Megatron, you know, the tank mode and the jet mode are garbage. It just looks like nothing, basically. And that's what you get a lot with tank modes, I feel like, because they'll do a Cybertronian tank, and it's like, yeah, I guess this is a tank, why not? But this looks like an actual tank. I mean, probably not an Earth tank, but, you know, some sort of real-life tank. It looks good. The paint looks good. The colors. I love the black and purple. Yeah, just an excellent-looking leader class figure, and a good indicator for Age of the Primes, in my opinion. I'm looking forward to Age of the Primes. I've also been seeing people say that this guy is a Siege Megatron retool, and I don't agree. I don't see that at all. Maybe it has similar engineering, but there's so much on this figure, these panels here on the chest, that indicate that it's a different figure to me. It may have shared engineering, but it's not Siege Megatron. And we have a new box style for Generations. So Generations and Studio Series are going to have the same box style. A little bit of uniformity and synergy for the toy line. I don't hate that idea, but it definitely will make stuff feel a little bit samey on the shelf. But the box design is really good. I love how it looks. The windows are back. I've always been someone who's like, I don't really mind the windowless packaging. I know the heads getting stolen and stuff like that is a big deal, but I don't really mind if if it means it's better for the environment in some small way. I'm kind of for it. But also, I'm not a windowed packaging hater, and you know, this looks good. I love the art on the side with the tank and the robot. He's packaged in there. You got art on the side as well. It's got Age of the Primes here. I kind of knew like the packaging would change because when they showed off the logo for Age of the Primes, I was like, oh, that's the Studio Series font. That's they're gonna homogenize in some way. And also on the side here, we have statues. The one in the middle is Megatronus, and then this one is Liege Maximo. And then this guy appears to be a Power Master Prime of some sort. A lot of people are saying Star Convoy. I think this may be the Titan class figure or Commander class figure for the line. It is rumored to be Star Convoy slash Power Master Prime. So people are thinking that they've made him the 13th Prime. Which, you know, that I guess that works. I don't know what lore we're working with here at this point. They're kind of just making stuff up, but I'm cool with that. I'm not I'm not gonna be mad. Now we're gonna get to Devastator. So they showed off two figures, Scrapper and Bone Crusher. Here's Scrapper. He's a Voyager class. He comes with Devastator's blaster. You'll see in a second, he's not like bigger than Bone Crusher. They're about the same height. But the reason he's a Voyager class is A, he has a gun. I'm assuming that factors into it. And also, since he's the leg of Devastator, he's got an ankle pivot engineered into him. So that was kind of their explanation as to why. I'm assuming it's a ratcheting ankle pivot since it's going to be a big model. So that's kind of their explanation. But he looks good. They did say that the green is not quite there. They're probably going to punch up the green, I think they said. He does look a little bit glow in the dark. So that's Scrapper. He looks good. Back of the legs are a little bit hollow there, but, you know, it is what it is. This is a prototype copy, so maybe some things will be different. Don't know. There's Minosaur for scale. And here we have Bone Crusher, who people on Twitter are discovering they don't like him. He is kind of like such a green character. There's like nothing breaking up his color. This is how he looks. This has always been Bone Crusher, so I mean, I'm not I'm not knocking the design team at all. That's how he looks, man. Nobody should be surprised or mad about how Bone Crusher looks, because he has looked like that for 40 years. But he looks fine to me. He's not my favorite for sure. I don't know if he's anyone's favorite, but his little construction vehicle mode looks good. I do like how his legs are treads. I've always liked that, and they look good here. They look pretty cool. There he is with 86 Prime, and there's like I said, Scrapper and Bone Crusher are a little bit the same height, even though Scrapper is a Voyager class. Here's the new packaging for Studio Series. Again, it's the same packaging as Age of the Primes. It's synergistic now. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing. I've got a lot of feelings about like the packaging in the last 5 years or so, but I think it looks good. Like, I like how it looks, me personally. I think it looks like a collector's item. Window is nice to have back. I don't mind it. So this is their release plan for the Constructicons. They are trying to get all these guys out in 1 year, which is good. I think that's the smartest move. So in April, Deluxe Bone Crusher and Voyager Scrapper are going to come out. And then in July, we're going to get a Commander class pack of Voyager Long Haul and Voyager Hook. And the reason this is a Commander class, because obviously that's $90, and this is $60 worth of toys. $70 worth of toys. They are also going to include the legs of Devastator, like his thighs, and the chest plate, and probably some other piece that I'm not aware exists. So obviously, a lot of it is gonna be the extra bits for Devastator, and that's always kind of how Devastator's been made. But they did hint that the thighs and stuff will have conversion as well. It's not just gonna be a set of thighs and like the chest plate. It sounds like they're gonna convert into like trailers. They mentioned like a dump truck pulling a trailer. He sent that reference photo to one of the designers at Takara Tomy, and he said they got right to work. So I think that's gonna be the explanation. The legs are gonna turn into something. And then in September we'll get the last two with Deluxe Scavenger and Voyager Mixmaster. Again, Mixmaster is a foot, so that's why he's a Voyager. He has a ratchet joint for the ankle pivot. And then they revealed Devastator, and he looks great in my opinion. I love how he looks. He's definitely beefy. He's a little squat, but I kind of like that for Devastator. I feel like it fits. Since I've read the Skybound comic, in my head he's like the Hulk. Like all the guys are normal, but when they combine, they're just like they have unstoppable rage. And this guy gives me Hulk vibes. Maybe everyone knows that, but that's occurred to me recently about Devastator. So I love the broad chest. That looks awesome. Those are the leg pieces I was talking about. I'm pretty sure they'll convert into some sort of trailer pieces. And they did point out that he looks a bit bigger than Minosaur, but he's always been a bit bigger than Minosaur. He's made out of 6 Transformers instead of 5. I just love the way they did this guy. I love it way more than how they did Minosaur. I get why they did Minosaur the way they did. He looks closer to this cartoon version, but I just feel like this is no fun a little bit. Like just sticking the car pieces on, that doesn't feel like Transformers. Transformers is converting it into a whole new mode to combine. No hate to this Minosaur mold. I've only had Drag Strip, and that was a good toy, so I don't know anything else about it. Maybe one day I'll have it, because he does look cool, but this is what I think when I think Combiner, is this guy, and the head sculpt looks awesome as well. Very exciting stuff coming up in the next year of Transformers. Age of the Primes, I'm sure we're going to have more reveals before the end of the year from that, and this new Studio Series stuff looks amazing. The new boxes look awesome. I'm so excited to build a Devastator for the first time. I've never had a Devastator before. And I'm really looking forward to collecting these guys and building them up. They did talk about how they're focusing on getting these into the hands of collectors, and they don't want to have another Minosaur breakdown situation where no one can ever find breakdown. So hopefully whatever they've been cooking up logistically works out, because that sounds good. That's pretty much all I have to say about this news. Awesome bit of news. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I'm going to keep trying to make news videos as soon as I can. And yeah, thanks. Bye!